Hello, 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 my lovely little nightmares. It has been, again, a situation where I ended up skipping. But this is for good reason, actually. Instead of it being that I got too sleepy and I fell asleep before I could record, this time it was that my fridge broke. And I was having an existential crisis due to that. So, I did not record, and I also did not upload. Whoops. So, you can tell exactly when that was if you consider when, which was like, okay, so I had recorded episode 5 and 6, and then the next week my fridge broke, and so I didn't record or upload anything for a week. Oh wow, I also, because of all that crisis and stuff, don't remember what all I did or what I was working on. And you know, I could probably have tried to watch through episode 6, see what I left off on, but while I was trying to actually do so, I came to an unfortunate realization. My recording program, whenever I'm trying to play it back on the recording program itself and not on YouTube, it plays slower than on YouTube. So what I mean is that the audio is like slow, slow, slow. Very clearly, it's playing like on So you know on YouTube you can do the what's it called again? Hold on, I'm trying to check what the heck it's called. The playback speed. The playback speed on the recording program itself. Why do you hate me, Door? The playback speed for the recording program itself seems to be like slow, and so trying to listen back to it, I get frustrated because I can't even understand what the heck I'm saying more than usual because I have a lisp and I don't pronounce words very well. And so with that in mind, I just can't. So the most I got was that I apparently ended last episode off with just rambling about Snow White. I think I rambled about other fairy tales, but I have no idea. So we're just gonna roll with it. What were we doing? We were doing something. Hello, quests. We still need to do that one. We still need to do this one. What are we missing? We're missing the soggy greens. Gotta love them greens. Did we ever make the save? Iron save, yes. Okay, cool. What am I doing? Okay. Anyways, I only have 15 cobblestone on me. What am I doing with my life? I need food. What is in here? Help. What is in here? We got tomatoes. I can make tomato soup. Need a pot. I need to move this stuff actually to be like over here so it's easier or something because it does not connect to over here at all. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm just gonna pull everything down. Might as well. Also, they could have actually attached some of the stuff to the stovetop because some of the stuff does in fact go onto the stovetop, you know? This goes on here. This. Come on. Dang thing. This goes right here. Why are you putting it in the wrong spot? There we go. There we go. So this should allow me to. Yep, I'm smart. I can make shred soup. What the heck is this? Xbox Gamer Bar, shut up. I don't know. I don't have an Xbox. Why are you pestering me? Pestering? Pestering. Spaghetti. Okay, I have this. Give. Okay, I can set this right here. Bonk. Bonk. I need a place to set the juicer. Give. Why do we have spice racks? What the heck? Did I ever figure out how to get Snow to do the, thingy? Right there. Help. That does not look right. Okay. If I put this up here, will this work? Yes, it will. Awesome. Okay, cool. I just have an extra light now. It's dark over here, so we're just gonna put it on the floor right there. I'm smart. Okay. Anyways. Cactus juice, strawberry juice. Cactus fruit, grapefruit, fruit punch. So to get fruit punch you need fruit and something sugary. I get it. That's smart. Okay. Anyways. I was processing something and then I got distracted by kitchen stuff. Anyways, so yeah, I don't remember what I was doing exactly. Stupid keyboard being stupid. Can we make this somehow? What? Ice essence. Oh yeah! That's right, if I do a pure daisy. We're gonna get to the pure daisy soon anyway, so it's fine. We'll wait. What is in here? Oh! Oh, cool. I forgot about that. Cool. You know what? We're gonna make an iron hammer. Might as well. Do I have sticks on me? I do not. Give me sticks. Or give me sticks. I have the blood boots. Yay. I'm doing this wrong. I know I am. There we go. Hammer. 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 Anyways, okay, what should I ramble about today? Let's see. I feel like I've already rambled about Rapunzel. And I know I rambled about Cinderella. And I know that I rambled about Snow White. Have I rambled about Beauty and the Beast yet? Have I? I'm not sure. They really did the Beast dirty with the original Disney cartoon movie, though. Cause one version of the Beauty and the Beast story that I heard about, that I just think is so, it's both so sad, but also in a weird way so funny, because of how often, like, the female protagonist ends up with the really mean sisters. It's just so, there's this one version of Beauty and the Beast where, so, the Beauty has 2 sisters, maybe 2 brothers, and a father. And they were nobles. But then they made some really bad financial decisions. They ended up going broke and bankrupt. So then they had to move to the countryside, right, and not have any servants. And the sisters absolutely hated it. They could not handle it at all. Well, Beauty was handling it perfectly well. She liked doing the cooking. She liked doing the cleaning. She liked, doing everything herself. She was very self-sufficient. But then, the father got word that one of his ships came back, or like the wreckage of it or something, and he was like, I'm gonna go see if there's anything salvageable from that, and we're gonna be rich again. It's gonna be great. And so he asked of his children what they wanted. I don't remember if the brothers said if they wanted anything in particular, but the sisters said that they wanted new dresses, new jewels, new all that stuff, just like essentially make the father go bankrupt again from that one thing. Well, Belle, the Beauty, was like, I would like a rose with no thorn. And the sisters scoffed at her. They're like, why the heck would you want something so lame and so silly? And, she just wants it. Is that so wrong? Is it so wrong for her to just personally desire something as simple as that? She's not greedy or nothing. She just wants a rose with no thorns. which I feel like would be harder to find than a dress, honestly. But whatever. So, the father sets off. Turns out everything on the salvage ship, absolute trash. There's nothing there. So he's like, okay, I guess I have to come home empty-handed and have the children be disappointed. Whatever, it's fine. So, he gets caught up in a snowstorm. And he wanders in the snowstorm with his horse. And he comes across a big old castle or mansion or something. And so he's like, well, maybe I can convince the owner of this place to let me stay for the night because of how bad the weather is. So he goes up to the house. The door is unlocked. He enters it. He can't find anyone there. There's a warm fire already. There's a bunch of food. He stays the night. And then, like, by morning, the storm has lessened. And he's totally able to get home. So he's, like, looking around the place. And he comes across a garden. Like, you know how rich people have gardens in these stories. Like, with the hedge mages and all that stuff. So, he comes across the garden, and he finds some rose bushes. And these rose bushes, they have no thorns. And he's like, oh yeah, that's right. One of my daughters wanted a rose with no thorns. How lucky. There's one right here. So he's like, I'll just cut one and take it home with me. So he takes one of the roses, and then immediately the owner of the house flies into a rage. He's like, how dare you try and steal from my garden like that after I've been so hospitable, allowing you to stay the night in my house and eat my food and all that jazz. And like the man reveals himself. It's a giant furry beast man. I think the description was that he looked like a bear with the face of a pig. Love that. Or something like that. He was very big, he was very furry, and he had the face of a pig. Something like that. Anyways, so this alarms the father, and so the father, like, begs for his life. He's like, I'm so sorry, please, my daughter asked for a rose with no thorns, and I just thought I'd get one for her. I'm very sorry, please don't kill me or anything. And so, the beast is like, so you're getting it for your daughter. Fine, I will let you take the rose, and I will let you go home and live and all that jazz. And I'll even give you this carriage full of gold dresses and rare gems if you promise to send your daughter here. Because she's the one that wanted the rose. Like, bro. Dude essentially is saying, give me your daughter for exchange for all of this stuff in your life. Like, you have to promise me. He's like, you have to promise that you will send your daughter here. And the dude's like, yeah, sure, okay, yeah. He won't sell that gold, okay? So, he goes home with the gold and the dress and the gems. And the two sisters, are delighted. They're like, hey, look, new clothes, awesome. And then he reveals such traumatizing experience they had of meeting a beast that gave him all this money. And he was like, so I promised the beast that I would send one of you to him. And the two sisters are like, I don't want to go live with some ugly beast. I don't want to see some ugly beast. That's gross. Well, the two brothers are like, we could go and kill him, like, whatever. And then the two sisters are like, or, we could just not go and see him. Like, how's he gonna know that we didn't keep our word? Like, what's he gonna do? He doesn't know where we live or anything. And the father's considering it, because, like, they're right. The beast doesn't know where they live. But then Bella's like, but then the beauty is like, we can't do that. That would make our father a liar. I'll go, because I was the one who asked for the rose. And the sisters, like, scoffing, they're rolling their eyes. And the father's like, you don't really have to do that. I can just go back and it's fine. And she's like, no, father. I'll go. You made a promise and we should keep our word. And so she takes the horse that the father had previously used to get there. And she goes to the mansion. And the beast welcomes her with open arms. He treats her very kindly. He gives her a big bedroom covered with ivory walls and, like, gold trim. And she's like, heck, I broke this. And she's like, this room is much too fancy for me. Don't you have, like, a servant's quarter or something that I could stay in? And he's like, no, I do not. This is the only room that that you can stay in. That all of the rooms in my house are exactly like this one. And so they argue. She's like, it's too fancy of a room. I can't accept such a fancy room. And he's like, but all of the rooms in the house are this fancy. I don't know what to tell you. So they argue. And so then he's like, fine. So then he takes her to a slightly smaller room with ivory walls and, like, silver trimming. And she's like, this room is also too fancy. And he's like, this is the least fancy room that I can offer. You're just going to have to go with it. And so she's like, fine. Okay. Fine. I guess this is fine. And so he leaves her to, like, get comfortable in her fancy room that's bigger than it needs to be with the silver trimming and all that jazz. And so then he invites her to have dinner with him. Every single day he invites her to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner with him. And every single day, she agrees to do so because, like, girl needs to eat. Like, she's not being forced to have dinner with him. He invites her to do so, and she agrees each time. And then, at the dinner, every single day, he asks her to marry him. And every single time, every single day, she rejects him. And she gives reasons like, I can't marry someone who I hardly know. I can't marry someone whom I do not love. I can't marry someone whom I've just met. Like, all that jazz. She gives, like, reason after reason of why she cannot possibly marry him. And they're all very good reasons, honestly. I hardly know you. We just met. I cannot marry someone whom I hardly know. I cannot marry someone whom I've just met. I cannot marry someone whom I do not love. And each time, he accepts this answer. And then the next meal, he'll ask again. And the next time, she'll reject him again. With the same reasons as before. And he'll accept them each time. And he's like, okay, very well, I understand. But this dude is desperate. Like, he asks every single time, every single day. And every single day, he tries to give her things. He tries to gift her gold. She rejects him. And she's like, I cannot accept this gold. It's much too valuable. Okay. He tries to gift her new dresses. I cannot accept these dresses. They're far too fancy. Okay. He tries to gift her jewels. She rejects them. I cannot accept these jewels. They're far too valuable. He cannot understand why this girl does not want luxurious things. Like, her sisters would have been totally down for this. Let's be real here. But no. The beauty likes the simpler things in life. And so, he continues to try and gift her things, and she continues to say that she cannot accept them because they're just too nice and fancy. And she's just not into that. And so, eventually, one day, the Beast remembers that the whole entire reason why she was sent here was because of the fact that she asked for a rose without thorns. And so he comes up with an idea. And so, he tells the beauty to come with him. And she's, like, a little bit hesitant, because, like, what's he gonna do now? Like, is he gonna build a whole entire castle and be like, this castle is for you, or something? But she follows him anyways, because, like, what else is she gonna do? Like, she doesn't really have much going on right now. And so she follows him, and he takes her outside into the garden. And she's mesmerized by this place. It's so pretty, it's got such beautiful flowers, some are even, like, rare, they're very well kept. And she's, like, so amazed by this. And she's like, I love it, it's so pretty. And he's like, I grew all the flowers here myself. And she's like, what, seriously? You grew all the plants in this garden all by yourself? And he's like, yes, gardening's a hobby of mine. And she's like, that's so amazing. And then he's like, you can have this garden. Well, technically we can both use this garden. We can come here whenever. You can come here whenever you want. Look at the flowers whenever you want. You can even pick some of them if you want. And this time, she accepts because she loves plants. She loves gardening. And then with this, he's like, okay, I think I understand. I think I got this. And so then, next, he shows her to the library. And she's impressed, and he's like, you can come here and read whatever books you want, whenever you want. It's a library. And she's like, absolutely, I love it. Books, great, love that. And so, they start kind of like an at-home book club. They end up reading together constantly. So they're spending a lot of their free time together reading, they're spending a lot of their meals reading, and they're discussing the books that they're reading, and they're having the time of their lives. And then one day, and like by this time, he stopped asking her constantly to marry him, because like it's either that he realizes she's probably never going to agree to it, or he's just so happy and pleased to have someone by his side that he doesn't feel like he has to try and marry that person constantly. And so in turn he decides that this is good enough. And so but one day the beauty gets homesick. She wants to go home and see her family. She misses them. And so then the beast is like, oh, well, I have this magic mirror that can show you your family. And she's like, oh, really? I'd love to see that. And so he shows her the mirror, and he's like, all you have to do is just say, show me whatever. So she's like, show me my family. And whenever she sees her family, it makes her even more homesick. She wishes that she could go home. Now, here's the thing. It was never actually stated, per se, that she couldn't leave. It was just that she had to come there. And everyone just mutually agreed that that probably meant that she wasn't going home anytime soon, apparently. But, like, girl missed her friends, she missed her family, she missed her home, and she wanted to go back home. And the beast, seeing this, he felt bad for her. And so he was like, you know what, yeah, you can go home for a bit, but you have to promise that you'll come back. You have to promise me. And so, Belle, being the honest, kind person that she is, she promised she will be back. And he gave her a time limit. He said that she can stay there for 3 days, and then she has to come back to the mansion. And she agreed. I will come back in 3 days. I promise. I swear it. And so, she heads off to see her family, and he gives her like 2 whole entire carts full of gold, gems, dresses to give to her family. And she does not turn this down because this is for her family. Like, her family are very greedy. She knows that. She's not stupid. So, she goes home, and she tells them about all the wonderful things that the beast had been doing for her. And the father's happy for her brothers are happy for her. Her sisters are not. They're petty and they're jealous. And they're like, man, if we had gone, we could have been living the rich life. Like, come on. Belle just turning down all of this stuff. How annoying. And so they come up with this ingenious plan to try and get Belle X'd off. And they're like, okay, if we can get her to stay longer and break her promise, then when she does return, the beast will be so angry at her that he'll rip her to shreds. That is their plan. So the 2 sisters, they go up to the beauty and they're like, hey, you can't you stay a little bit longer? Like 3 days just isn't long enough. We miss you so much. They put on the waterworks. They make their eyes all teary so that she'll feel bad. And she does feel bad. Like, come on. She's so soft-hearted. And she's like, okay, I guess I can stay a little bit longer. Like, I'm sure he won't be mad. He seems to be a very kind person. And so she stays for an extra 2 days. So 5 days instead of 3. And she starts to feel very guilty about it. Because, like, she broke her word. She broke her promise to the beast. Like, he's probably going to be really mad at her when she gets back. Because then she had brought the magic mirror with her. I don't remember why, but she had brought the magic mirror with her. And she had said to the magic mirror, show me the beast. And when it did, it showed him dying of a broken heart because she had broken her promise to him. Dude seriously could not take the idea that she did not like him so much that she just abandoned him. Poor guy, I feel bad for him. But yeah, so he left. So she felt so upset. She was so shocked by this that she immediately left. She didn't tell her family anything. She just quickly grabbed the horse and bolted back to the castle. She had to go make sure that he was okay. And so she made it back to the castle. He was dying from a broken heart. And so then she pulled him into her arms and she started crying. She started freaking out. She's like, please don't die. Please don't die. I'm sorry. Please don't die. I'll do anything. Please don't die. promise I'll do anything. I'll even marry you. Please just don't die. Please, I love you. And then the beast wakes up. The curse is broken and he wakes up as like a hot guy. And then he reveals that he had been cursed and that the only way for the curse to be broken was for him to get someone who could see past the ugly on the outside and see the good within and agree to, and someone who loved him enough for who he is as a person to agree to marry him. Now, she did not marry him, mind you. She said that she loved him and that she would marry him if that's what it took for him not to die. Like, okay. I don't think they actually even got married at the end either. It's just like, yay, they live happily. He didn't die, the curse is broken, they live happy. I don't think they ever actually got married. But still, so the curse is broken, everything's good, they know that they love each other, or at least she loves him, he was just constantly trying to propose to her. But like, they have a lot of interests in common, and so like, yeah, okay, they're in love. That's cute, that's adorable. But like, imagine if one of the other sisters had agreed to go. Like, he would have had a much worse fate then. It's a good thing that the one that actually wanted the flower, like, was actually sent, you know, all things considered. It could have gone a completely different direction. Wait, hold on. Is my thing even recording? It is. Why is it not showing in the corner? That's weird. Strange. Anyways, so what was I saying again? Stuff, life, in the universe. Anyway, so it's just such a strange thing, you know? Like, all this stuff, all these things. I love it. It's so funny. It's so funny. Like, come on, man. Man up. Stop being a baby. I love that for them, though. Like, they were a good match in a weird way. Like, his heart was in the right place, but he kept offering her material goods that she was not into for a good while. And constantly proposing. Like, he was hoping that if he gave her enough stuff, she might agree to marry him. Or if he was persistent enough, that she might realize how much it would mean to him if she married him, or something. Like I said, every time that she said no and gave a reason, like, he never asked for the reason, but like, she would give a reason, he'd accept that, and then they dropped the topic, and then he'd ask again later. Like a desperate boyfriend trying to get his girlfriend to marry him. But yeah, so he was trying to get her to agree, somehow. It did not work. Oh well, he'll try again later. It was cute though, because like, he kept offering her whatever he thought that she'd want, because her sisters would have been down for all the stuff that he offered her, except for the garden and the library, but still. It's strange though, you know, because like, I don't know. Fairy tales are great, you gotta love them, you know? I love fairy tales. They're so funky. And sometimes they're really dark. That one didn't even have, like, anything bad happen to her greedy family or anything. They just, you know, fade into the background. Life happens, I guess. I mean, they got a lot of money, so I guess they'll just, you know, never want to contact her again because they got what they wanted. Or maybe she'll just visit regularly and keep giving them the stuff. The beast just being like, I'll give all the money in the world to this girl and her family. She doesn't want it, but they do. All the money in the world. Just casually, you know, life, universe. Gotta love that. I have made no progress. Progresso. Yeah. I feel like my thing's not recording properly, so I'm gonna check But that means I have to stop recording. Bye-bye. See ya. Bye-bye. This might be just a episode of me just rambling about Beauty and the Beast and just mining in a corner, and that's it. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Goodbye.